I'd like to introduce you to the Master Naturalist Project at Green Acres Farm Memorial Park. Green Acres is unusual for a Flower Mound park. It was donated to the town by the owners, who had a horse farm and gave riding lessons on one half, with the pasture on the other half, and their home, pool, and Bermuda lawn at the top of the hill. It's a peaceful and welcoming place, a piece of country in the town. And through our volunteer efforts, we tried to preserve that atmosphere by planting native plants to make a great habitat for pollinators, birds, and other wildlife. At Green Acres, we have 8 Bluebird boxes. They're spaced through the park, located in open areas so the bluebirds can see any predators. And these boxes are set up in January to February and then monitored March through July. And when you open a box, you usually see 5 beautiful blue eggs, and the process, hatchling to nestling to fledglings, takes about 3 weeks. Our Monarch Station is our oldest project, and we have blooms for pollinators spring to frost, bluebonnets to fall asters. We have good educational signs there, one on monarchs and monarch migration. We have flip signs on the 6 host plants and 8 nectar plants that we feature in the garden. And we also have individual plant signs so that folks who come to the park can see these signs and imitate what we're doing in their own yards. We attract a lot of caterpillars, black swallowtail caterpillars, pipevine caterpillars, and also monarch caterpillars. And your best chance to see monarchs is when they fly through in October, stopping for nectar on their journey to Mexico for the winter. And we also have a Prairie Restoration at the top of the hill at Green Acres, and from plants that we've bought or plants that have been donated or ones that we've rescued. We had a very good rescue at Harlington Park in Highland Village a few years ago. Now that's a housing development, but we were able to get a lot of the grasses and keep them growing at Green Acres. If you come to the prairie, you can see the big 4 Texas grasses: little blue stem, big blue stem, Indian grass, and switchgrass. And we have other grasses there too, like bushy blue stem and silver blue stem. We have many wildflowers. Roughly, we base what we plant there on what is on the flower mound. And our method is to solarize the Bermuda grass for a year with black plastic, and then we plant and/or sow seeds. Our newest area at Green Acres is the Riparian Area, and this is formed just from natural drainage in the park. And we started to observe what was growing when the place was too wet to mow, and we saw encouraging plants like Prairie Agalinas and bushy blue stem, and that encouraged us to ask to keep the area no mow. And we've increased what's growing in that area by adding plants. Some we got from LAERF, Louisville Aquatic Ecosystem Research Facility, such as soft stem bulrush and pickerel weed that are growing there. And we've added plants like marsh fleabane, goldenrod, switchgrass, roughleaf dogwood. Green Acres is fortunate to have support from the Flower Mound Parks and Rec Department, from Keep Flower Mound Beautiful, Elm Fork Chapter Master Naturalists, and projects in Elm Fork, the local neighbors, and dedicated and talented volunteers. I invite you to come and see the park and join us in our efforts.